Dreamscape presents The Shattered Lens, a war photographer's 81 Days of Captivity in Syria, a story of survival, by Jonathan Alpeyrie, with Stach Luczkiw and Bonnie Timmermann, narrated by Qarie Marshall. Disclaimer. As far as the limits and caprices of memory allow, especially in the fog of war and fear, this story is as true as it gets. I've taken liberties with many of the names in order to protect anyone who's still in harm's way, and accommodate those who prefer not to advertise their actions, or might still pose a danger to me. Some of the names I've simply forgotten, or never knew. Book 1. Enter the Levant. Sometimes you can sense when things are about to go terribly wrong. You get a premonition, a sign smacks you in the face. Sometimes there's a stirring in the marrow of your bones, a sort of queasiness in your soul, and you just know. In the lead-up to the day when things went terribly wrong for me, April 29th, 2013, I didn't have a clue about what was to come. It all seemed, if not good, then at least business as usual in an unusual business. Maybe that Scud missile whistling in the distance over the Syrian border should have been taken as a warning, or the account of those other journalists killed by government shelling, or the rank taste of the bird I'd shot for lunch. But I was too focused on the task at hand, to capture images of destruction and carnage. Because if I did my job well, I knew one of those images could serve as an icon of that particular confluence of events in history. It wasn't that I thought I was immortal. Actually, I've always been cautious, probably too preoccupied with making sure that everything goes smoothly and safely. But of course, I'm always walking into bad situations. That's my job. I take pictures of people fighting. Not boxing matches, not street fights, but wars. Armies and militias going at it with heavy weapons to alter the course of history. And at the risk of sounding arrogant, I've always felt like I could somehow make some good out of any bad situation. Maybe I was fooling myself. It's easy to make up all sorts of myths about yourself after the fact. It was my third trip to the Syrian combat zone. The war had broken out in 2011 during the Arab Spring. The mythography around the war now offers us the image of a spark that had ignited the conflict. 6 kids in the southern city of Dara arrested for writing anti-government graffiti. The people want the fall of the regime. They were tortured in prison, and Syrians all around the country started demonstrating against their dictatorial president, Bashar al-Assad, who tried to crush any dissent before...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?